Hi, I'm just going to show you how I make harem rompers. This is a brindle and twig pattern. You can buy it on the website. Really good patterns. Love their patterns. I've said that before though. Okay, so these are my lining pieces. I've got two of these, one front, one back. And what I've done is put a square of interfacing on the top. These get, I'll show you in a minute obviously. These are where the cam snaps go, so it just helps keep that fabric stable. These are your cam snaps. Cam snap applicator, whatever you can call it. I've got my ankle pieces and then this gorgeous fabric. How cute is that? It's French terry, but really soft one. I've got it from Sewn Fabric in St Austell. She has a Facebook page. You can buy through the shop now function on her Facebook page. It takes you through to her eBay shop, and I'm sure this is on there. Hopefully not, because I would like to buy some more of it. But it's beautiful. Love it. Really gorgeous print. Anyway, so what I do is first I like to prepare all my pieces. So I haven't got to I could just assemble it once I leave it done. So what I do is I set up my ankle pieces. Nice and smooth. Gorgeous fabric. It goes through lovely. So one ankle piece. Two ankle pieces. Whew. Don't stop talking, Mandy. Right. Ankle piece. That goes through. This has got a good stretch to it. If you didn't have a good stretch in your fabric, so this one's quite stretchy, I'm using the same fabric for the ankle cuffs as I am for the main body of the harem. If it didn't have good stretch, I would recommend using a cuffing fabric or a jersey, a single jersey or something, just so it goes over their foot and is comfortable and isn't tight. Okay, on the bottoms of my lining pieces, I like to put them through because overlocking the edge just stops them from curling up so much. I don't like it when it all curls up and goes all funny. It kind of aggravates their back a bit, doesn't it? So that's why I do this. It doesn't call for it in the pattern. I just do it because that's how I like to do it. As I say before, I'm not an expert. No by way means of a teacher or anything to do with sewing. I just like to sew, and this is what I do. It's purely because it works for me. Yeah, it's just coming off angle. Okay, so that's that bit done. So that's kind of like what I call my preparation work for actually piecing it all together. So what I do now is just take that to one side slightly so you can see. I'm going to pin it for you so you can see exactly how I do it. But normally I just hold it on then. So your fabric for your main bit, right side up. Now this is the back piece, I know, because I've done this pattern so often and by the shape of it. But if you haven't done this pattern before, what I tend to do for patterns I don't know very well and are new, on the back piece I put a couple of dots on the top where the seam allowance would be, just so I remember which is the front and which is the back. But I know this pattern now quite well, so I don't do that anymore. So this is the back top piece. Did I seriously miss one bit of interfacing? I swear to God. I interfaced 4 times. How strange is that? Anyway, I should put a loose piece on there to isn't that weird? I swear to God I interfaced 4 pieces. Right. How strange things happen. That was a bit weird. Where did that other interface? That is really, there it is, look. I ironed it on and it came off. So I just position that back on again. It will still get tucked in with sewing. I just prefer to iron because I don't have to then mess around with it. But there you go. These things happen. Okay, so I'm just going to pin that one there. Right. So I don't really pin a lot because I just don't. I hold it all in place. Let's go through. As long as your top bits are all squared and lined up, you can't really go far wrong because you kind of hold it. I'll show you in a minute when I'm doing it. So that's the back piece. Here's the front piece. And like, it's quite a nice quick pattern to make, really. I like it. I'm gonna start kind of doing ones where I embellish it a bit, and or I'll try and make it like fancy dressy, like an all-in-one pirate outfit or an all-in-one animal suit or something. I don't know. Just to kind of do a variation on this pattern, really, because I think it's quite a good versatile one. The cover was quite good, which is similar sort of shape as in it's harem, but it has sleeves on it, or I've done it without. I've omitted the sleeves and put like a armband on just to finish off the edging nice. Right, so now we've got those bits all pinned. I'm going to serge the top piece on. When I first started doing this pattern, this bit seemed really hard and quite awkward, but I've kind of got it down to a T now. It's quite nice. Okay, so if you're working under the arm to the top of the strap, around the neckline, and down the other part of the strap to the other underarm, and these two halves, the front and the back half of the romper, get sewn together to make the item of clothing. And it's so cute on. It's so easy to wear, and you can take it down easily for nappy changes. And so just make sure the sides are lined up, and then here it goes. As I said before in my videos, there's no rush, it's not a race. This is how I do a corner. Don't know if this is right. This is just what I do. I lift it up. I've got a bit of a tail on it, and then I just put the top end in. Make sure your pins are not in the way, because isn't that pretty? Yeah, that's how I do. You do get little flappy bits like of thread, like on the corner pieces, but because you're folding this in on itself in a minute, you don't see that bit. So with the neckline, I just kind of pull it so it's straight and all in line, and it pops back to its proper shape afterwards just fine. Same again with this corner. It's lovely fabric to work with. And then down to the other side. Just make sure it's all lined up and nice and even. Seems to be a bit of a nemesis nail sewer. Mind you, I had mine for a year. I purchased it and it literally sat in a box under my sewing desk for a year before I braved taking it out of the box and using it. I so wish I'd done it sooner because it was so fab. Okay, I'm just going to pop that there, do the next one. Looks like a conveyor belt of sewing, isn't it? Just all together. Like I said, the cover was the next pattern up from this, so it gives you a little bit more kind of, you're learning to sew. Obviously, like putting sleeves and stuff on as an extra. This is quite an easy one to do, apart from the shape of the top. That is what kind of gets new people when they're sewing. But if at first you don't succeed, try again. But you really can't go wrong with brindle and two patterns. What I do also recommend is when you're using your overlock and you're learning how to use it, have a little notebook and keep a note of like what settings work for which fabrics, what works for you, what stitch length, all the rest of it. Just for reference really for later on. Then sometimes I have done in the past, I stuck a little bit of the fabric in to remind me the thickness and stuff and what works. So if I find something similar, I can use that as reference, and then I follow those kind of guidance. You kind of work out what your overlocker likes, and with regards to stitch length and tension and all that, which is these dials here. I find the number 4 generally works on most things. I don't kind of have to play with it too much. But a little notebook is quite a good idea, just so you've got a point of reference really. So if you ever do have any troubles, like if you get a new fabric and haven't used it before and you're unsure, take a sample of it and just put it through your machine and try it out and see what works before you do your actual garment. That way then you're not kind of messing up your stitching on the actual thing you're making. On this piece. I hate it when I get little bits stuck in there. It really annoys me. Okay, so that's that bit done. Where's my scissors? There they are. I've just covered them up. Okay, so now I do pin these bits just because it keeps that one point in place. So now you stretch your lining piece out flat so it's all flush. You get the corresponding size, so it's right sides of your fabric together. Line up your lining pieces so that seam on both sides is lined up. Take off a bit of excess, and then I pin it here just so those seams don't move and they're lined up nicely. That's the only reason why I pin there. And then I start from the leg and work my way up. And then what you do is you sew right up through and you go right up over the lining piece in one foul swoop. Right the way up through, okay. So just make sure they're lined up and ease it through your machine. Okay, here you go. This is so soft. Okay. Work through, keep your seam in line. That's the biggest thing really on this bit. Go through. It's quite a long one, isn't it? I've done 3 to 4. These patterns do come up quite large, I have found personally, but I also have the added extra that runs. So as you can see, it's just one straight line. No biggie. You repeat that on the other side. It's almost looking like a harem romper already. It's so quick, this pattern, I love it. Yeah, my son's got quite short legs. He's got the girth, like the waist measurements, but he hasn't got the height. So he's 4 in October, and he wears 2 to 3 years quite happily. I've made this in 3 to 4 just so it lasts him a bit longer. And I quite like when they're wearing it just as a romper on its own with no t-shirt and stuff under. If you're going to the beach or whatever, I quite like it as just like a bit baggy, and especially this fabric. This fabric's going to look quite cute. All kind of... I thought this would look really nice with the same fabric used for like a dribble bib for a younger child. Obviously in my he doesn't need dribble bibs now, but this would look really cute with a romper and a dribble bib. I might have to make that actually for somebody because I just think it'd be so adorable. He's a cute little boy. Or girl. I won't be gender stereotypical. I think it's quite universal, personally. Yeah, nice little dribble bib with this would look really cute and it'd be nice and soft. So nearly at the end of now. And done. Okay. So now you can turn it around the right way. I'm just going to slide that forward. Okay. Just so you can see what it looks like. Check there's no holes in it, of course. So just literally tuck it in the right way around, and you can see how fabulous it looks already. That's 1, 2. Okay, 3 and 4 to go. So you can, you know, when you check it, there's no holes in it. It's all sewn in quite nicely. I do like my corners to be as square as I can get them, so I sometimes get like a pin and just pull that corner out as much as I can, so it gives it a nice neat finish. Because you do tend to round off a bit really when you're overlooking. So the next bit we're going to do is the leg seam, the inseam on the leg. I have made this pattern, I've hacked it, so it's had poppers at the bottom. worked quite well. I don't really need poppers at the bottom of this one for my young man, because he's quite good now with nappy. You don't have to do it so much of the day, do you? So when they get a bit bigger. So, but when they're newborn, poppers are always useful, because you can change their nappy like 10, 15 times a day. So it's quite frustrating. I have to put it all the way down and take it off completely. So if you want to know how to do that, I can tell you how to do that, of course. Okay, so leg inseam. Literally find the end, keep them together nice. You don't have to try and curve it, just pull it straight. And by pull I mean support it. Don't yank on it really, really hard. But this is all I do. Just let it through nice and straight and smooth. Keep matching it, make sure it's all lined up. You haven't pulled one side harder than the other. Nearly there. Keep going. Okay, the next bit is the ankle cuffs. So that's the inseam done. You're like so close to having it finished now, it's crazy. I love this pattern. I keep saying that all over and over again, but they're such good patterns. Leg cuffs. Okay, so with the ankle cuffs, as I've already sewn them together, done that bit, what you do next is turn it over on itself. Okay. Oh, look at that. I love it. Love this fabric. It's so cute. Okay, so you've got them. I have done a video on sewing on cuffs. Same difference. This is just ankles instead of the wrists. And this is obviously a much larger size, so it's much easier. The other one I did was a prem size, and it was the wrist cuff. So quite small, but if you can master that, you can master any cuff really, because the prem sizes are teeny tiny. Okay, so let me double check on the... I think I folded this one differently because all the dogs' heads were facing down the right way. So get them both the same. Now I don't join that seam with the seam of the inside of the leg or the outside of the leg. I put it in the middle at the back, because if not the seam gets quite bulky. Especially on little ones, you kind of end up with a harder spot there really. So I like to have the seam somewhere in the back. Okay, so find your back or your front. So that's the back. That's the bigger, rounder front. So if that's your back seam. The back of the romper, sorry. Okay, so when you put the cuffs in, these are your raw edges. You want to match them to those raw edges. So the nice neat bit, when you pull it out, will be on the outside, showing at the bottom of the leg. Also, you right side your fabric together. So this is upside down, but when you pull that out, it will be the right side out. If that makes sense. It probably doesn't. Okay, so I pin this twice, 2 places, and that's on the side seam. So when I'm serging round, I know to watch for those bits, because there might be a pin in the way, because it's the seam. It's nice and obvious. I just stretch it, get all those layers flush, and pin it. Once, keep it nice and stretched, and twice. And you do that same with the other leg. All nice and flush with each other, still a little bit. I love this colour, it's so nice. I'm trying to think what I'm gonna... It's got marble shoes actually, would look really nice with it. Same sort of, it's got like a goldy colour on it as the Clark's ones. Iron Man shoes. They'd match this really nicely. Not that I should worry that much about accessorising. He doesn't really worry about it, it's just me who likes to colour coordinate everything. Okay, so time to sew them on. Now for this, stretch it all out, get it all flush. Normally don't worry about where the needle starting position is. I do lift it up for this bit so you've got a gap. So what you need to do is stretch all the 3 layers out and slide them all under together. Press your foot down, make sure your 3 layers are flush, and set down. As you can see, coming up to the seam, so be careful with my pin, and what you just do is hold it and stretch it all the way around in a circle. until you get to the side. Overrun it by a few stitches, and then you know that that's all knotted in and be kept safe. Hold on. There you go. And then the next bit is putting on your poppers. There's that one. Sewn on lovely. Okay, other one. Same again. Got your 3 legs. It does curl up a bit. It's just the nature of the fabric because it's stretch and jersey and it does what it wants to do. That's why we have to tell it what to do. Okay. Let's be having you. Okay. Needle position's already up. Put that underneath. Oh, this is such a soft fabric. It's so nice. I wonder what I can make out of it for myself. Can I match my child? Can I go in? Is it okay for mummies and sons to have that instead of mummies and daughters? I suppose it's the only opportunity I ever get. I won't be having any more to have a girl, although I'd love to sew for a little girl, baby girl. So many funky outfits if I had a girl. I know I've always done so many funky outfits, it's lush. But it'd be nice to, I do for people's children, so that's quite nice. Mermaid fabrics, unicorn fabrics and all that. But yeah, I might make myself a top out of it. Got a few nice patterns that I could. Okay, so another round again. Cross stitched over a little bit. Pretty much the overlocking part of it done now. I do use the sewing machine. I'll show you where I use the sewing machine on it. Just briefly, and I'll tell you why also when I do it. Okay, so that's that bit done. Just pull it out the right way. Love it. It's so cute. Well done, Rachel, for getting such amazing fabric. It's beautiful. Okay, shall I show you the... Oh, that is gorgeous. It is going to be too big for him for a minute, but I don't care. It's going to look really baggy and cute. It's just going to look so nice. I'll show you this bit quickly before I put the poppers on. So what I do here is I just anchor the lining to the main body of the... So I'm just lining my foot pedal up. So the main body of the romper, so it doesn't roll up and separate, especially when you're washing it. So just make sure I... Okay, and what I do there is like a triple stitch. So on this machine, it's a number 3. And I only just do just literally a couple of stitches to anchor it. I show you from the outside because you don't want to have a great big like line of stitches, so it's just going to be like a couple of stitches there. It just keeps it in place really, stops it from rolling up and making a mess. Quite a thick seam. But it will just keep it in place and keep it a little bit neat. You can barely see it actually with the... It's kind of caught up in the dog's neckerchief picture. Just anchors it, it's under the arm so you can barely see it when the child's wearing it, but it's enough for it to not roll up. Keep it nice and neat and tidy. That's all that's needed. And then you just put the poppers on and then you are done. Your child's got a harem romper he or she can wear out. Nice and comfortable. People always compliment the rompers. You can't really buy them in shops either, per se. I think Frugi do one. Anyway. It needs an iron. They always need an iron. So 4 poppers I put on to give it enough. It looks nice as well, rather than 1 popper. 1 popper in the middle tends to pull a bit. So 2 poppers on each side. So you need 4 sets. So poppers, cam snaps, what are you going to call them? So per cam snap you need 2 of these. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then try and keep them all safe, otherwise I spill them and they go everywhere. Then you're going to need, these are what they call the male half. You see the shape of that? So 4 of those, and then 4 of the female half of the cam snap. Can you see them? So the male half pops into that hole, and that makes your fastening. So they always say in the instructions to put the male part in first and put that on the bottom, and then the female half clips on top of it. So as this is the front of your romper, I'm going to cover off his cute face. This is where you're going to put your female half. So this is not rocket science to this bit. You literally just pop it through. I don't really make a marking of where I want it to go. So that's popped through. Male half. Pop it on. That's the bottom. That's the top. Slide it in position and squeeze. That's that applied. And I'll put another one next to it. Give a little bit of distance in between them. Make sure they're lined up on some level. Make this sound really like not very scientific, don't I? But that's just how I make them. Some people leave like put little markings and stuff. Okay, put that one in there. A male half. Funky colours. I did get loads of funky coloured ones in the set. I must get another set. You can get one on Amazon and stuff actually. A nice little set, and it comes with the applier as well. I didn't even put the nail bit on. So anxious to finish it, look. Anyway. If you buy, so you can get different sizes of this bit. I haven't. I only use size 20 cam snaps. But you can get different sizes for different size of cam snap. Don't use the wrong size in the applicator, because all that happens is it crushes it. This actually needs tightening. I'm going to have to do a fixie job. Right. I tend to fold it over about 1 inch. That works for me. Might not work. And you can fill the bottom halves underneath. So just line that bit up with where the bottom half is. Push it through. Female half. And apply. Then pop it on. Lines up the other side perfectly for you. Apply. It's nearly lunchtime now. I'm going to have some lunch. I'm getting quite hungry. Not that you need you to know that. But, I mean, there's another way. You can just line it up, make sure they're about even. Isn't that funny? Like, I've got a plane and a plane and a dog on that side. That's so funny. Didn't even plan it. Look, just cut out like that. I thought this is such a cool pattern. It's just gonna look so funky. He's in nursery tomorrow and the next day, so you can't really wear it like an all-day thing until Friday. I might have to try it on him later to see how baggy it really is. If I have to make him a size smaller and keep this for later on in life, I will do. Yeah, so this is about finished now. And that's how harem rompers are made according to the brindle and twig pattern. If you haven't looked at them, it's well worth looking at them because they're gorgeous patterns. Okay, there we go. All done. Isn't that cute? I love that fabric. Perfecto. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. My son keeps reminding me I must ask you guys to subscribe to my channel and like my page, because it's all about likes. And he is always right, as children always are. Thank you very much for your time. Subscribe and like, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.